I talk with my hands the entire time, so I'm like this. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. All right, we're going to rock it out. Well, look at you guys. You guys are amazing, okay? Give yourself a huge round of applause. You guys are here. There is some room up front on the floor here. If you guys want to, sit on the floor, you're more than welcome to come up here. I don't mind. I might step on you or use you as an example. No, just kidding. All right, well, I am so excited to see you guys. This has absolutely been an incredible weekend, and I know that you guys have to be, exhausted, okay? And I know that your cup is probably overflowing right now. So the fact that you are still here at 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon instead of at the bar where I saw some people, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I saw a whole group going into Nordstrom, and I saw a whole group in the bar. And I was like, and they probably wonder why they're not rich. Weird. Okay. Okay. Yeah, if you have a chair open next to you, if you could raise your hand, and someone can come sit by you. Anyone with an open chair, just raise your hand. All right. Well, for those of you that I have not had a chance to meet, my name is Michelle Barnes. I'm an Elite 3 here. I've been in the network marketing. I've been in this profession for 23 years. I'll tell you a little bit more in a second after I figure out my clicker and slides and all that stuff. We love you, Michelle! I love you guys! Okay, so... Is it working? Okay, yeah, someone had to see my whole butt. I'll take this out.
One, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, and there we go.
It happens every time. Every time.
Oh, well, take a panel shot. Everyone say hi.
Technical difficulties.
As always. Say hi. Oh, that's weird.
That is so weird. It's like
And she's back.
we're going to get started. All right? How about that? All right, so as I was saying, I appreciate the fact that you guys are still in here and that you're here at 4 o'clock. You're probably exhausted, and especially the people that were at the Leadership Summit. But at the Leadership Summit, I was talking about how the multi-level gods are going to mess with you. And if they haven't yet, you're too new. And they will, okay? And you're going to ride the roller coaster in this business, and things are going to happen. And it's never, ever, ever what happens to us. It's how we react or how we respond to what happens. So right now, you know what? It happens, right? It is what it is. So we're going to roll with this, okay? All right, so I am going to be talking to you guys. The title is really boring, and some people are like, oh, time management sounds so boring. How many of you would like for me to teach you how to crush your business in about 60 minutes a day if you're a part-timer? Okay, is that title a little bit better? Okay, so there's already a little tidbit of training for you. Don't have a lame-ass title if you're going to do a Facebook Live or, deliver content. I did not make up this title. It said, like on the brochure, it said the importance of time management. I was like, I don't even want to go to my own breakout session. So you guys awake?
Woo!
All right. Oh my God.
Oh, it's on.
I think I have sound.
Woo!
What is your name? What is your name? Robin. You're amazing.
Thank you, Robin.
All right. All right. So I get a lot of questions all the time, like, oh my God, you're a single mom, you have 2 kids, you have thousands of people in your organization, you're running a couple businesses. How do you do it all? I get that one, or I get people that say, I'm just so overwhelmed, or I don't know what to do. I have such a little amount of time. For those of you that are doing this part-time, my hat goes out to you. I started part-time. I was 23 years old. I was $80,000 in debt. I dropped out of law school to do this business. I had 3 really pathetic jobs, okay? I was still broke with 3 jobs. Okay, if you have 3 jobs and you're still broke, you're doing something wrong, okay? And so I was waiting tables and bartending. I was interning for a couple of attorneys. And I was also a personal trainer at the time. And so $80,000 in debt, 3 jobs, totally broke, right? But 3 jobs, guys. I literally work morning until night. And so when I started in this business, so I want to talk to you guys, for those of you that are part-timers, and if you're full-time, you can take a lot of the things that I'm going to say, and you can jack it up by like 10 times, okay? And I want you guys to leave here like lean, mean recruiting machines, all right? So I promise you that I will leave it all on the table. I'm going to give you everything I got. I spent a lot of time putting this together for you guys, and I really went back and said, okay, what did I do in the very beginning? Because at 23 with 3 jobs and being 80 grand in debt, I could have said I don't have the time. I could have said I don't have the money. I found the time, I found the money. There's another little lesson for you. Time and money are never an issue, okay? It's just a measure of value. So when you get better at raising the value on those time and money objections, you'll stop getting them, okay? So hopefully this will help a little bit with that as well. And then how many of you, especially like moms, I'm not like discounting the dads, you probably have this happen as well. But I talk to a lot of moms in this business and have forever. But how many of you get to the end of your day, you're freaking exhausted, you get the kids to bed, and you're like, oh, sweet baby Jesus. And you feel like you have been doing stuff all day long from morning to night. But at the end of the day, you're like, the hell did I get done? Right? How many of you have done that before? Like you feel like you did a lot, but you're like, but what did I really do? Okay, so I'm gonna help you with that as well. So now fast forward 23 years, when I started I was a dork. I'm still a dork, I'm just a wealthier dork. You'll learn that very quickly. If you would have seen me back there, my whole dress was up over my shoulders. I was like, you're welcome, Michelle Smith. And so, yeah, these guys back there got a show. I'm like, you know what, I don't even care, just fix the microphone. So anyway, so regardless, the timing's never going to be right. And guys, time management, I'll give you a secret in a minute. But okay, so when I started at 23, $80,000 in debt, 3 jobs, I was busy. How many of you are busy? Okay, but how many of you know that most broke people are really busy, right? Just ask them, right? You're like, hey, I'd love for you to come check this out. Oh my God, you should come to Salt Lake, and come to this event. Oh God, I'd love to, but I'm busy. Busy. They're busy watching Game of Thrones. They're busy going to the bar. They're busy. So, look, guys, we're all busy, right? And so, whether you don't have kids or have kids, you're always going to be busy, okay? But busy doing what? So that's what I want to talk to you about, because now, fast forward 23 years later, I'm a single mom with these two crazy maniacs, okay? I'm like, isn't God supposed to give you one mellow one? Because that did not happen. And my ex, thank God, they look like my ex. They're gorgeous. I'm a little biased. They look just like their dad, but they act just like me. I'm like, my mom's like, whoa, paybacks. But life is crazy, right? And I waited till I was an older mom to have these kiddos because I wanted to be totally financially set before I had them. Because my dream from the minute I came out of the womb was to be a mom, okay? So when I was going to be an attorney, I realized very quickly that I was not going to be able to be the mom that I wanted. But I still wanted to be successful, and I still am a total red, obviously, as you can tell. Definitely, red-blue. And so for me, I wanted to be successful. I wanted to be driven. I wanted to make an impact. I wanted to make a difference, but I wanted to be a mom. And so that's what I got so excited about when I found this business. But life is still crazy, and guess what? I'm still busy. I'm even busier, okay? I thought I was busy before I had kids, and I'm like, what the hell did I do with all my time? How many of you thought that? You thought you're so busy before you had kids, and then you had kids, and you're like, what the hell did I do with all my time, right? Okay, so do you guys want to know a secret about time management?
Yes.
You don't manage time. You can't manage time, all right? We don't manage time, guys. We manage our choices, all right? We don't manage time, all right? And so what we do manage is we manage our choices every single second of every single day. Every single choice we make is either moving us forward or moving us backward in every area of our life, okay? So I'm going to teach you right now how to get better, faster results and increase your happiness. How many of you are totally down for that? All right, well then let's get rocking. All right, I want you guys to see this. I absolutely love this, okay? I am a freak about choices, okay? Like I said, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, the same 168, hours in a week. We all have the same amount of time, guys. It's what you do with your time. And so when somebody says, oh, I don't have a whole lot of time, I'm like, great, I don't care how much time you have. Because I have people that do this business 5 hours a week that get more done and make more money than some people who are doing it 40 hours a week. Okay, it's not about the time you put into it, it's about what you do with the time you put into this business. But look at this. So everything starts with our philosophy. Thoughts are things, right? So you have to go all the way back to what your philosophy is, what your beliefs are, because that creates your attitude, which creates your actions, which create your results, which create your lifestyle. So every single choice that we make every single day is either taking you on this up curve where all the 5%ers are, okay, or it's taking you down here where 95% of people are failures. Or I'll give you a statistic that's crazy. 3% of America retires financially independent. That's it. Boom. We've been taught to go to school, get good grades, go to college, go out, get a freaking job, start at the bottom and work our way to the top. And guess what? The people that go do this 40-year plan for 40 hours a week, 40 plus hours a week for 40 plus years, 97% of them are broke when they retire. Isn't that crazy, you guys? I mean, when I heard that as a 23-year-old, I was like, okay, if I can pick between being a 3%er who's financially independent and 1% is wealthy. 1% is wealthy, 3% is financially independent. Okay? 97% of America retires financially dependent on friends, family, and the federal government when they retire. Isn't that crazy, guys? So we're taught to go work 40 plus years to have 97%, have to depend on somebody else financially. Isn't that crazy? Guys, what if you could take that 40-year plan and bust your buns and squish it into 5 or 10? I mean, don't you think that makes a lot more sense? And guess what? You determine the results, not your boss. When I got out of college, they told me I was worth $25,000 in the workplace. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I was like, I'm making more waiting tables, which is why I got stuck waiting tables. But, so here's the thing, guys. Every single choice that we make, everything, including your life, is a curve. So your daily choices determine which curve you are on. And then it determines all of these things: your finances, your health, your personal development, your relationships, and life overall. So every second of every single day, every single choice that we make is either moving you forward or moving you backward. There's no neutral when it comes to our choices. And that's the most important thing to know right now. Don't confuse, guys, don't confuse activity with accomplishment. Okay? All right. This, I'm gonna throw some books your way because we don't have time to like dig deep into a lot of this stuff. But these are a couple of my favorite books on how to prioritize your choices. Okay, The Slight Edge is my favorite. Jeff Olson's not really my favorite, but The Slight Edge is. The Compound Effect is I like it, but Darren Hardy's a little dry to me. I love him. He's a really dear friend of mine. So, but you know, one book is going to resonate with you. I say read them both multiple times. Okay. All right. I'm going to see if I have it now. All right. So check this out, you guys. People always say, but I just don't have enough time. You know, I want to build my business, I want to be successful, I want to get to elite, but I just don't have time. Guys, let's really look at this, all right? I mean, 40 hours, let's say you all have a full-time job, 40 hours working, okay? We're going to give you 40 hours to work, 56 hours to sleep, okay? And guys, I used to be the person that was like, oh, sleep's overrated, it's for babies and dead people. Well, I almost died, okay? And I'm not even kidding. I really let my health go because I was sleeping 4 hours a night to build this business. And I was psychotic. I would go to bed at 2 and I would wake up at 6 every single day, you know? And so sometimes that's what it takes. But I'm glad I did it. I don't, you know, everything happens for a reason, but I also learned from that you also have to take care of yourself, okay? So I'm gonna give you 56 hours of sleep. I think I slept like 12 a week. So I'm giving you a lot of hours, okay? Because we all have 168 hours in a week, right? How come, you know, Oprah has the same 168 hours, Michael Jordan has the same 168 hours, Bill Gates has the same 168 hours, you know, Jeff Bezos has the same 168 hours. So how come they're so much more successful than we are? What are they doing? We're gonna talk about it, okay? I'm gonna give you 42 hours for eating, commuting, family time, all that good stuff. That's even more than you worked. Okay, so you still have 30 hours left. That's enough time, 30 hours a week, guys, to pursue your dreams. Don't stop buying your own excuses that you don't have time. You're not making the time or you're not making the right choices to move your business forward or your life forward or your health forward or your relationships forward, okay? All right, so you guys got a screenshot of that? Okay, this is another one of my favorites, Eat Fat Frog. Love Brian Tracy. This is awesome, guys. 21 great ways to stop procrastinating and get more done. This is an awesome book. It was a game changer for me because, guys, I want to let you know, being a red-blue or a blue-red, okay, I am not naturally wired to be as organized as I am. And I'm very organized in a very disorganized fashion. And I'm fine with that at this point, okay? I am never gonna be as organized as some of my greens in the room, Brent and Chiago. You know, I'm just never gonna be, I'm never gonna have shit on a spreadsheet. Sorry, take that back. I'm just never gonna have stuff on a spreadsheet, okay? Like, that's just not my gig. So you have to realize where your strengths are, and you have to find systems and tools and things that work for your personality type. So I'll share mine with you, but I'm also going to give the rest of you guys, other personality types, kind of some ideas. This is a great one for all personality types. Okay, this is a really, really good book. It was a game changer for me because at 23, I was like all red, all blue. Okay, I think my green was like 3 when I took the test, out of like 70 something or something. It was ridiculous. Okay. But here's the thing, guys. We need to start with a bigger conversation here, okay? We can talk about time management all day long, you guys, but we need to start with a bigger conversation about your life goals, okay? First of all, you've got to know, what do you really want? You know, what do you really, 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 really want? Okay, I don't have time to do a goal setting training here. I wish I had days to just like download my brain after 23 years into yours. Like, I wish I could just be like in each other, you know? But you gotta go through the hill like I did. Sorry. All right? But clarity is power, guys. Only 3% of people actually have written goals. I want you guys to be super honest here. Nobody's gonna judge. Okay, and this is probably totally different because you're in network marketing. But how many of you have, and don't lie, written goals right now for this year? Okay, way more. I'd say that was probably 70% of the room. You're in network marketing, guys. So the ones that didn't raise their hand, it's okay, but it's got to change after today, okay? Because clarity is power. And if 3% of America has written goals and 3% is financially independent, are you guys seeing a common theme here? Okay? It's powerful. You got to know what you want. If you don't know what you want, so what do you really want? What does your dream life look like? I'm going to give you a free takeaway here. I do a goal setting training. How many of you have gone through my goal setting workshop? Wow. Oh my God, a lot of you guys. Sweet. All right. I'm going to give it to you. Because I don't have time to do that right now. It's just mentoringbymichelle.com/goals. Okay? I had one of my guys put it up there for free just so you could just have it. Take an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half, and give yourself an hour and a half of just undistracted you time. Give yourself that gift and get real. You will be so clear coming out of that with exactly what you want. You will have 9 concrete goals for this year. 3 things goals, like material goals. You'll have 3 personal development goals and who you want to be and become. And you'll have 3 economic goals, money goals. Okay? And then you can take everything that I give you on that and you can create a vision board for the next 10 to 20 years. Because I give you goals, I walk you through 20 years of goal setting in that. Okay? So did you guys get that? Okay. All right. So, mentoringbymichelle.com/goals. All right. That's gone. All right. What I want you guys to do in your notes right now, I want you to make a list of the top 5 most important things in your entire life. Just the 5 things that mean the absolute most to you. Make sure you have 5. What?
You're awesome.
Thank you. You're awesome. Whoever said that. Stop it some more. Okay. She stole that from me, so don't even let her fool you. She just has a better accent. Like, seriously, dude, that's mine. All right. But then she puts the Russian accent on it, and everything sounds 18,000 times better, you know. Oh, John, stop it. Okay. I've got a good Nadia accent. Okay, it gets better, especially with a shot of tequila. Okay, so, all right, does anyone not have their list of 5? This is super important. Okay, the 5 things that are the most important in your entire life, okay? I told you goal setting, less than 3% have written goals, 3% are financially independent. If you want to be financially independent, you got to do what financially independent people are doing. So we want to create a vision here, guys. We want to begin with the end in mind. So that's why it's so important, and time management doesn't even matter if you don't know what you want. And that's why I really, really encourage you guys, with all due respect, to just do the goal setting workshop and reach out to me if you have questions, but just do it. I promise you, it'll be the most impactful thing you've ever done if you've never done something like that before. Okay? And so we're going to create a vision. We're going to begin with the end in mind. Like, I know where I want to go. I know what I want. Like, when we were writing down the goals we had a leadership summit, the first couple days, we were writing down, like, the top 50 things that we want to do and, all this stuff. It was kind of similar to my goal setting thing. And, a lot of it's just, you've got to know where you're going, right? And so with goals, you're here, okay, this is where you are, this is where you want to go. Well, what do you got to do? What activities, what choices do you need to make on a daily basis to close this gap? Okay, if you're here and you want to go here, what do you got to do to close that gap, right? Okay, and so you got to figure out the activities and the choices to make it happen. If you can't measure it, you can't improve it. All right, like I said, guys, I am not an analytical or analytical person, okay? I'm just not, some of you just got that. I'm just not, so I had to really teach myself how to be more organized and how to be more structured and how to be more disciplined with my choices, okay? So we definitely, if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. So the handouts are totally wrong. It's nothing like what I sent over to corporate to have them print out. So it's gonna, I know, isn't that awesome? I was like, these are mine, but they're not mine. So this is what your handout was supposed to look like. Yeah, does it look like that? I'm not really sure what part of that they didn't understand. Okay, so what I suggest is we're going to still what I want you guys to do is I want you to rate each of these categories on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 meaning you've got it dialed in, you've got it mastered. 1, you suck, okay? But there's always room for improvement, right? The only way to go is up. So it was supposed to be a wheel of life. So just go through, guys, and just write on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you as far as your finances? Be super, super honest with yourself. And if you need to like turn the page over and make a wheel, because really this is a visual exercise, which is awesome. So, because I want you to see if you're a 7 in intimate relationships and you're like a 4 in finances and you're a 5 in consistent growth, like I want you to kind of have a visual of this wheel of life, okay? Because the only way to improve on something is to know where we are currently, right? Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, rate yourself in each of those areas. And if you need to draw a wheel on the back and just make this your own damn handout, go for it. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple minutes to do that. I know, sorry. Multi-level gods are messing with me. All right, scale of 1 to 10. 10 meaning you've got it mastered. You know, you're doing incredible. 1 needs a lot of work. The whole reason I wanted you guys to have the wheel of life is because I really want you to see where life is a little bumpy, okay? And guys, none of us have this mastered. None of us have all 10s all the way around. I mean, I've been single for 7 years, so I don't even know what to put on the intimate relationship. So, you know what I mean? Whatever. Okay? But like, you know, physical health and body, spiritual health, emotional health, career and mission, contribution, fun and excitement, family and friends, consistent growth, and finances. Yes?
What do you mean by contribution?
Like charitable, like philanthropic stuff, okay? Maybe you're not doing a lot of that yet, because a lot of times people, and this was me when I was 23, I was like, dude, I'd love to give back, but I don't have anything to give, okay? You can find ways to give, guys, and I'm telling you, it will change your entire life when you do start giving. It changes everything, okay? All right, does everybody got that? Okay, anyone not finished? Okay, give you another second. All right. All right. What I'd like for you guys to do in your journals or whatever, I am going to give you a 168-hour challenge. This is something that I want you to do for 7 days. This changed my entire life when I did this, okay? I was young, I was all over the place, 3 jobs, 80 grand in debt, you know, was not focused, okay? Total spaz, totally unorganized. That's why I'm like, if I can make millions of dollars, any of you can. Like, I wish I had a video of back then, because you guys would be like, shit, we're gonna be rich. Like, man, okay? All right, so what I would like for you to do when you get home, okay, when you get home is better to maybe start it on Monday. I want you to just have a little small journal, or you can do it in your phone, or, you know, if you have a little handy thing, but keep it with you at all times. I want you to write down everything that you do that takes longer than 15 minutes for 7 days. Please, please, please do this exercise and play all out with it. And don't lie, okay? Don't be like, oh, I was totally ATMing for 2 hours. No, you were scrolling and trolling on Facebook, let's be real, okay? We all get caught up in the scrolling and trolling, right? Okay, so I want you to be really honest with yourself, and you'll probably even be better because you know you're doing this. However, there's gonna be some serious aha moments. I thought I was busy. I thought I was productive. And I realized that I was not productive at all, you guys. It was a total game changer for me. So everything that you do, and it doesn't have to be just jot it down. Just everything that takes more than 15 minutes, write it in your journal. You know, I fed the kids, I took the kids to school. Everything, personal, you know, business, every single thing for 7 days, for 1 whole week. Okay, promise? All right. So here's what happens, guys. I learned this from Tony Robbins 22 years ago, this whole block and schedule. and I am like psychotic about it, okay? I am very old school, new school. I'm like right in the middle. So like we have all our old schoolers that are like, oh, old school's best. And then we got the new schoolers that are like, oh my God, social media is the best. And it's like, guys, they're all amazing, all right? And we're doing exactly today what we did 23 years ago. We're just doing a lot of it online. And it's made it more simple, and there's way less excuses. Like, there's no reason for you to not be, shooting a video to somebody through text or ATMing your face off. Like, it was so much harder 23 years ago. I mean, we didn't even have email. We didn't have computers. I thought it was cool when I got a pager. I was like, yeah, look at this picture. Okay? And I had a phone in my car that was like this big that cost like $2,000 a month. I was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, hey, I gotta go because this is costing me too much money. It just looks cool. I'm 25, stupid. The things we do. Oh my God, we used to be charged for long distance. I mean, there were months in this business where my phone bill was $10 grand a month. What? Yeah, I won't even scare you with the details. Okay, and when I first started the business, we worked in offices. It was $500 a month for desk rent. You had to hook up a phone line. You had to run an ad that was 1 inch by 1 inch, and it cost $800. I answered one of those ads. Okay, I mean, like, guys, the stuff we did, we had to go to an event like this once a month, every single month in a different city. There were 3 events going on every weekend in a different city. 3 events every weekend in a different city, and we had to go, even though we were independent contractors, independent business owners, we had to go to an event a month. It was $300 plus all your travel expenses. This was 23 years ago, guys. The stuff we did was insane. The trainings I went to, some of them were $5 grand to go to a training with my company. Okay, the stuff you're learning here, like the personality types, I spent $5 grand to learn the personality types. I mean, crazy, guys. Okay, so block and schedule. So I've got my old school week at a glance, okay? When you find a system that works for you, run with it, okay? What works for me might not work for you. A lot of you put your calendar in your phone. I would never get anything done, ever. Like, especially being a mom, I have to have, this is my whole week at a glance. So every day at 8:15 it says boys, so I don't forget to take them to school. At 3:15 it says boys, so I don't forget to pick my humans up, okay? Because I do sometimes, okay? Because I'll get busy on the phone and I'm working and cranking it out, and I'll be like, oh God, boys, and then I'm like, oh, stuck in a meeting. Oh shoot, But I schedule in my workouts. So if we go back to this wheel of life, I schedule in, and when you go to look at the top 5 things that are the most important in your entire life, every choice you make, every second of every day should go toward one of those 5 things. If it's not, you've got to change things. You guys, I'm serious. Like, I have become really, really picky with my time, and for me, like, my health is a humongous priority. It used to not be. And I mean, I always worked out and I was always in, good shape, but I was sleeping 4 hours a night. I would forget to eat. I mean, Bretta and Bryn, they still, to this day, bring me food all the time because they're like, dude, have you eaten in the last 3 days? Because, like, I get busy and I just forget to eat. I'm like, it's like a pain, But you got to make sure that you're scheduling in, if you don't write this down, if you don't schedule it, it won't happen, period. If you don't schedule it, it won't happen. So I like having my week at a glance. I like being able to see my whole week. I've literally done this for 23 years, you guys. I have one of these for per month, every month for the last 23 years. I literally have boxes upon boxes of these because I can't even throw them away because I know there's someone's name in there that's gold and maybe I'll go back to it someday. I'm just a hoarder. Okay, so just kidding. All right, so Brenda knows, she's seen my desk. So I do this, and you can talk to these guys. Bretta's been with me for how many years? Almost 20. Where's Kelly McCamey? Is she in here too? Yeah, Kelly's been with me how many years? 11 years. I mean, so like these guys know that this is what I've done. Okay, so this is just what I do, and then I have my journal. I have 1 journal per year. If I need more, then I use up more. But I put everything in this journal. Every call I'm on, every webinar, everything that I'm on. And these 3 things, it's like an appendage. Like, I don't go anywhere without these, ever. What's the legal pad? So the legal pad is my to-do list. And here's a big tip, guys. Make sure your to-do list is more people-oriented than task-oriented. Because that's where you get caught up thinking that you're so busy, right? Busy. okay? You're gonna think you're so busy, but if you're in network marketing, this list, every day I turn to the page and I'm like, okay, so here this says me and Amber, this was our mastermind activity. Those were my notes for the mastermind that you saw me and Amber do. Okay, I sent her a picture of these notes. She's like, oh, Lord. Okay, so every day, like some things have to do with my kids. This is talk to Mr. Alice. That's my fourth grader's teacher. You know, I had some things that I needed to go over with them, or maybe it was parent-teacher conference. So every day I write at the top what the day is, and then I have like the top 3 to 5 things. That's eat that frog. Do the things you don't want to do them first, okay? We're going to talk about a morning routine here in a second, but do the things you don't want to do first, all right? Because those are usually the things it's the 80-20 rule, guys, okay? It's the Pareto principle, whatever you call it. So anyway, but seriously, get the things that you don't want, put the 3 to 5 things that are the most important things that if you got those things done that day, you would feel accomplished, right? When there's certain things that you've been putting off, all it is, guys, is it saps your energy. You know, when you say you're overwhelmed, and I can't remember who I heard say this, but it was magical. They said, when we say, oh, I'm so overwhelmed, that means you're not doing what you know you should be doing. Right? We're not doing what we know we should be doing. That's why we're overwhelmed and we start to feel guilty and we feel yucky inside. So just do it. Eat the frog. You know, eat that frog first. You know, just get it over with. Don't procrastinate. Just do it and do it first thing in the morning. Okay, so I make sure that my list is more people-oriented than task-oriented. I've gotten to where I'm really, really, really good with my time with the choices that I make. If I have 30 or 60 minutes, I will block and schedule. I will put that time aside. I will block it and schedule, because if you don't schedule it, it's not going to happen. People are like, oh, I want to lose weight. Well, they never schedule a workout. That's crazy, guys. You're in the health and fitness industry. Okay? So, you know, and I could ask people in here, your routines, I know, I could tell people's routines just by talking to them for 10 minutes. I can look at your calendar. If I looked at your day planner, I can tell exactly how much money you're making. I mean, it's crazy. I love when people are like, oh, I'm working so hard, I'm doing everything that you tell me to do. And I'm like, really, how many people do ATM today? None. How many did you ATM yesterday? None. How many did you ATM in the last week? None. I mean, if that's the system you're using, it's failing. Okay, you're failing it. Okay, so this old school, this thing works for me. Okay, so you've got to have a daily method of operation. You got to have a DMO. So our income producing activities, our IPAs, guys, I'm a psycho when it comes to IPAs. Our IPAs are prospecting and building your network, meeting new people. I'm sorry, I'm right in your way. You're prospecting and building your network. You're inviting people to just take a look at your products or your opportunity. That's it. And if you're not inviting people to look at your products or your opportunity or both every single day, then you're closing the doors to your business. You know, sometimes I wish this business cost a couple $100,000 to get started, because I think people would take it a lot more serious. You know, if you opened up a restaurant and spent a couple $100,000, you wouldn't close the doors to the restaurant for 2 weeks in a row, you know? But people do that in network marketing. Every day that goes by that you don't ATM your face off or send somebody a video or prospect or invite people to take a look at your products or your opportunity, you're closing the doors to your business. You're closing up shop. Presenting. So presenting can look like many different things depending on what you and your leaders and your upline team are doing as far as ATMing, okay, ad tag message, if you're, promoting for an event or a party or a home event, if you're sending someone a video, you're inviting and that's the presentation, okay? Closing and follow-up, that should be 3-way chats, 3-way calls. Guys, they're magical. I'm telling you, it'll change the entire direction of your business if you use your upline leaders and put them in 3-way chats and Messenger more often. Okay, I was saying in the last panel that we did, I was a freaking body dragger, you guys. Like, I was not good at this business, but I was a damn good promoter. And I could fill up a room like this, I could promote, and I would just put butts in the seats. And I knew the more butts I put in the seats, the more money I made. And I still to this day determine my success by the amount of butts I have in the seats. Our team probably had 70+% of the people at this event this weekend. And there's amazing leaders. That's not just me, but there's the leaders in our team. They also understand the value of putting bodies in the seats and being a promoter. I say become the Don King or Don Queen of Modere, and you will make millions. I mean, look at the dude. I mean, you saw his hair. I mean, he didn't have to get in the ring and get beat up. He didn't have to get his ear chewed off. I mean, he didn't have to work out, clearly. Okay? His title was a promoter. If you become the Don King or Don Queen of Modair and you promote every call and every event like it's the last thing on the planet, and promote your upline and that edification and that promotion, that's a whole other training. But I'm telling you, your results will go through the roof. Spending time working with social marketers, training in personal development, these are IPAs. Now, the training in personal development, I hesitate even putting it up there, okay? Because a lot of times network marketers get stuck in the like learning, and no activity. Okay? There's got to be both. You've got to learn and you've got to do. And you got to learn and you got to do. And you go learn something, go apply it. Learn a little bit more, go apply it. Learn a little bit more, go apply it. And if you keep doing that, guys, eventually you'll come to a place of mastery. You'll come to a place of skill. They say it takes 10,000 hours to become a master at anything. Okay? 10,000 hours or 10 years. You decide. I decided to cram my 10,000 hours into like 5 years because I was like 24/7. And no one has mastered this, guys. We're still learning and growing every single day. So I also gave you a wheel that's supposed to look like a wheel on your second page of your IPAs. Okay? I have no idea how I could send this to Corbett and say, I need these printed off and have it look like that. That's hysterical. Whispered in the lane. All right. Okay. So, as you see, I want you guys to go through and rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. How are you on your IPA, your success wheel? This is your network marketing success wheel. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate yourself? 10, you got it mastered, dialed in. 1, you kind of suck. Okay? I'll give you guys a minute to do that. And then I'm going to give you a game plan. 60 minutes. 60 minutes a day. How many can give me, give yourself, give your family, give your life, give your goals, give your dreams, 60 minutes a day? Promise? I just took a picture. Okay. I'm going to hold, she's like, she will hold you to it. All right, you guys got it? Did you rate yourselves? Scale of 1 to 10. This is important, you got to be honest. You can't, you'll never get to where you want to go if you don't know where you are now. So we got to track these things. Like that. I know. And all of our brains are like, yeah, but what if it's 4.5? Okay. All right. So planting seeds. How good are you at getting new conversations going every day? And I'm going to give you these IPAs in a minute. You'll be able to take a screenshot because I want to keep cranking. I know that we started 15 minutes late, but okay. Inviting, ATM, event, video, meeting new people, offline, online, prospecting, time for personal growth, training, mastery. That's supposed to say sharpening your wheel. Good Lord. Staying plugged in, building relationships, adding 5 new people a day. I'm going to give you a whole list of exactly what to do. Follow up, private calls with your upline, social media. You're either doing lives or you're creating value. Okay? You're doing curiosity posts. Anyone not graded themselves in all these areas? Were you honest? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Here's the part-timers IPAs, guys. Like, I have tested this out myself, and I can get this done in 30 to 60 minutes if I crank and if I am very intentional. And I am going to ask you guys from here on out, when you leave here this weekend, that's my word for this year, is intentional. And I just keep reminding myself, everything with intention, everything with intention, everything with intention. Like, I want to be very intentional about all of my choices this year, okay? So let's look at this, okay? So you're going to wake up, you're going to comment on 5 to 10 people's posts, not in Modair. Guys, friends first, okay? And with the algorithms, and I can't go into a whole training on that, but you want to comment on 5 to 10 people's posts that aren't in Modair. I know we love each other, you guys, and I know that we want to give each other, we do want to boost each other's posts and all that stuff, and that's great, and there's a time and place to do that, but don't let yourself think that that's an income-producing activity. Loving on other Modair people's stuff. Okay, we want to love on each other's stuff all day, every day. Yes, that's great, but that is not an IPA, okay? But loving on other people's posts who aren't in Modair and in an authentic way, guys, that's how you're going to start to create relationships and conversations and stuff like that. Okay, the next thing is say happy birthday. I do it through voice clip, guys. It's more personal. And if I miss a day doing my birthdays, I do them the next day, and it's almost even better because sometimes you get like 8,000 birthday messages, and I try to say thank you to all of them because my birthday's coming up in a few weeks, and I love prospecting on my birthday because everybody sends me messages, and it's great for me it opens the door for me to be like, oh my God, girl, I haven't talked to you in ages. What are you up to these days? And then they open the door for you to walk right through. They're either broke or fat or tired or crabby. And most people complain. So whatever they complain to us about, we got a cure for. Oh, it's not a cure. We help them. Okay. All right, so I say happy birthday. And that gets conversations going. And I will be like, hey, oh my God, Sheila, what's up, my friend? Happy birthday. I'm so excited to jump in here. I saw it was your birthday. I just want to jump in. I want to wish you the best birthday, dude. Have the best 365 days yet. We have to have a catch-up sesh. Like, we need to catch up. Like, I started throwing that on the end because now I can get more engagement with that, okay? Add 5 to 10 new friends a day. If you guys are building more on social media, you need new, fresh eyeballs seeing your stuff. If you have 300 friends and I have 17,000, I'm probably going to get a little more engagement on my posts than you are on yours, okay? And you want to, friends first, build these relationships organically, do it authentically. And I like making friends with people on Facebook that I look at their profile first. And if I'm like they're all political and weird on there or something, or they're going off on some random tangent that I don't agree with, I'm not going to friend them. Like, you know what? Your vibe attracts your tribe. If I look at someone's profile and they're like loving on their kids and they're having fun and they're at the beach or they're like, grateful and they're putting out like their page is fun and the energy on their page is good, I'm like, yeah, I want to be friends with that person. Like, I don't friend up people unless I would have a drink with them. Okay? And if I wouldn't hang out with them outside of my business, I want to sign people up that I would hang out with whether we were in business together or not. Does that make sense? So you've got to add 5 to 10 new friends every single day, guys. Add at least 2 people to a product page. This is where you have to hold yourself accountable, guys. You got to add 2 people to a product group a day. 2 a day, guys. Come on. Who can't do 2 a day? We can all do at least 2 a day, right? Even if we're busy. Okay? We can still do 2 a day, right? Okay? And add at least 2 people to Social Retail Live and tag them on the 5 reasons why Modere. That might be changing, but this was when I put this together. Okay? So add 2 people to a product page and 2 people to a business group. Can you guys commit to that?
Yes.
2 a day. 2 on a product page, 2 on a business page. Okay? And then follow up with at least 3 people. You should have your list. Like, I've got my list. I started a new one because, I started at the back of my journal each year, but then when I have a new journal, now I have to carry around 2 journals, so it's kind of stupid. So now I have an activity book. Like, I have a log. I think one of the girls, you guys have one, right? It's awesome. You get it on Amazon for like 11 or 12 bucks. It's an activity log. That's where I'm keeping my follow-up list now. But this was my follow-up list. So I write their name. That's exactly it. Can you hold that up really high, honey? Thank you. That's what it looks like. On Amazon, $11 or $12, okay? That's what I'm using now. I just left that up in my room. But this is where I started at the beginning of the year, and this is what I had been doing. So I write their name down, and I put what group I put them in, okay? I write their name down, and this is my prospect list. So when I add them to a group, they get a dot by their name, and it says what group I added them to, okay? So I know what group I added them to. I know that they've been added because I put a dot next to the left of their name. Then when they sign up on the products or in the business, I highlight them in yellow. And my whole goal is to make that whole page yellow, okay? I'm kind of a weirdo. I like playing games with myself, and I'm really competitive. So I'm like, how quickly can I make this whole page yellow, okay? And if you saw my other journal, there are pages that are almost all yellow. So it's kind of fun, okay? So you got to follow up with at least 3 people that you've added to the groups in the past, right? The fortune is in the follow-up, guys. And don't be afraid to follow up. A lot of times, guys, and what I started doing is for ATMing purposes is not only do I add them and tag them, but I also send the video to them through Messenger. And then I leave a voice clip and I say, hey, Eddie, I saw your comment on my post that you're interested in what I've got going on. Hey, I added you to the most amazing community. I don't say group, I say community. No one wants to be added to a group. People are weird about that. So I just don't call it a group. Now it's a community and it feels good. Okay? So I would say, Eddie, I just added you to the most amazing community. I tagged you on a super quick video. I say quick. I don't care if it's 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 18 minutes, it's quick. Okay? Because no one wants to watch one that's long. But if I tell them it's quick and they get in there, they're going to get sucked in because it's awesome and they're going to keep watching it. Okay? So, hey Eddie, I added you to this group. I tagged you, I added you to the most amazing community. I tagged you on a quick video. Look, I'm also going to toss the video right here in this chat because I know notifications can get buried because you don't want them to use that as an excuse, right? So now the video's in there. You've also added them and tagged them because the social proof in these groups, guys, does the work for us. The social proof in these groups does the work for us. Okay? Then get your prospects in a 3-way chat with an upline leader as soon as possible. Get good at edifying. If you don't know how to edify your upline leader, and I usually put them in a chat with 2 people. I still put people in chats. John Milton puts me in 3 to 5 chats a week, you guys. Guys, he's an E3 making $8 billion a second, okay? And he's still using his upline. He puts me and Justin and Tony in a chat 3 to 5 times a week with sharp people too. And what he does is he says, hey, I want to show you how simple our system is. So I wanted to add you to this chat and introduce you to my upline leaders who are all 7-figure earners. I wanted to add you to this chat so you can kind of see how simple this process is. I added you to the group, I tagged you on the video, and now the message part is I want to set up this message and introduce you to my upline leaders. If you have any questions, I'd love for you to just, and hey guys, if you can chime in, just, let Joe know what you're excited about. And Joe, if you have any questions, there's no one better to answer them than these guys. Do you think John could answer the questions on his own?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really quick question.
Super.
So only been in for 5 minutes. When I first joined in, you can add them and tag them.
Uh-huh.
Facebook changed a lot of everything. So
Yep.
I got slowed down by,
Get them to accept the invite.
following up the tag is here.
And yeah, so that's why I started putting the video in Messenger. And then, and I would tell them, hey, accept the invitation. And, we gotta navigate these waters. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I would always put the video in there because then they can't say that they lost it. Okay, so guys, here's the thing. Success leaves clues. Okay? Success leaves clues. What I mean by that, if there's people making money in this business, we all have the same products. We all have the same compensation plan. It's not like we have pink products for girls and blue ones for boys. It's not like we have a different comp plan for John Milton than you. Okay? So here's the deal, guys. Like, if we all have the same products, we all have the same comp plan, the only variable is us. Okay? So success leaves clues. Look at what the people are doing that are seeing success in this business. Do what they do, learn how to say what they say. You'll get their same results every single time. I was like the queen of acting as if. When I started this business, I was a broke 23-year-old, okay? But I looked at the elites, I looked at the 6 and 7-figure earners, and I just started to study them. And I was like, I am gonna walk like them, talk like them. I mean, there were probably times they were like, okay, you're creepy. I didn't care. I was like, okay, you're making $40,000 a month. I want what you have. I'm gonna do what you do. And success is a buffet, guys. Take what you want, leave what you don't. Okay? Yeah, there were certain leaders where I was like, ooh, you're shady. Not doing that. You know what I mean? But I was like, ooh, I like the way that person, said this or said that. So don't get caught up just watching all the videos. Go take massive action, guys. But look at what the people that are doing that are seeing success. It's not rocket science, okay, guys? All right, so I'm gonna keep cruising because I know we're kind of late. But here's the thing, guys. The biggest thing, stop thinking people who are doing better than you are better than you. They're not. No one that's making 6 or 7 figures in this business is better than you. I promise you. Okay, we may have been in longer, okay? But one thing that I can tell you is the people that are making 6 and 7 figures in our business, they're just doing things differently. So start doing what they do. And I can tell you, this is what they do. They are in phase 1 every day. Phase 1 is recruiting and selling every single day. Not only when you feel like it, okay? There's a handful of things. I gave you a handful of things. John Maxwell, incredible, those of you guys know. But anyway, John Maxwell, he talks about the law of 5, the rule of 5. There's a handful of things that you can do pretty much with anything. That if you do it day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, even on your birthday, even on a Sunday, even on a Saturday, 5 things. It's 5 big things, guys. Just do the 5 things and get it done and do it with intention and with purpose and with expectation to see success and watch what happens to your business. So phase 1, we're all gonna be in phase 1 every day, recruiting and selling every single day. You gotta ask yourself, am I being productive or am I being active? Okay? Don't mix up productivity with activity, okay? And here's the thing, guys, when you're inactive, that breeds doubt. When you're not doing the things that you know you should be doing, that's when doubt creeps in. Keep moving, okay? Motion creates emotion, and so you gotta you gotta keep going. And it's so much easier to keep a freight train moving than it is to start it and stop it and start it and stop it. Like, people call me the queen of consistency, and it's only because I've mastered the mundane for a reason. I will do these 5 things day in, day out, every single day, whether I feel like it or not, period. Okay? And there's a lot of days I don't feel like it. Sometimes I wake up and I am just not nice. And I'm like, I should not talk to any humans today. You know how you just have a day like that? Like, we're entitled to a day like that. But guess what? I will do something to change my state, okay? Go check out Tony Robbins videos and learn how to change your state. We have 100% control over our thoughts, our feelings, and the things that we do, okay? All right. This is a sticky that I used to put when we worked in offices. All my blues got this on their desk. I put a sticky on every single one of the blues desks. Is what I'm doing right now making me money? Like, you gotta ask yourself, is what I'm doing right now making me money? And if it's not, stop doing it. And I'm not saying that money is everything, but guys, I'm happier with it than without it, okay? Like, I mean, my grandma was a single mom, my mom was a single mom, everybody was broke, money was always an issue, and money issues suck. Can we all agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah, so let's get money out of the way. Let's, if time and money weren't an issue, what would your life look like? That's why we do these things. So you gotta ask yourself, is what I'm doing right now making the money? And if it's not, stop doing it. All right, so guys, I'm asking you for 90 days of consistency, a consistent positive attitude, okay? Consistently doing personal development, consistently doing these IPAs that I covered a few minutes ago, consistently talking to people, consistently meeting new people, consistently ATMing your face off or sending out videos or inviting people to your parties or meetings or whatever, however you build. Doing it every single day, 90 days of consistency. If you can really give me 90 days of consistency, it'll change your entire life. Your entire life. Okay? I'm gonna go through this pretty quickly, guys. Don't do anything that you could pay someone else to do. Now, guys, I know some of you are going, oh, easy for you to say because you think a lot of money. Okay? How many of you had the little voice in your head that said that? Be honest, raise your hands. I knew you were out there. Because that used to be me. I was like, oh yeah, easy for you to say. I remember my mentor was like, why are you still cleaning your toilet? And I'm like, because it's my house. And like, I took pride in cleaning my house. Yes, I know. We're working on it. We started 15 minutes late. We had technical challenges, babe. Yeah. All right. So, she just thinks I'm like going over. Okay, so I'm going to crank through this, guys. So, he said, but I took pride in cleaning my house. And mowing the lawn and doing all these things. I don't want to do that stuff. I'm not good at it. I don't like it. Like, my time can be better spent with my boys or my business or my health. So I want to be like working out. I want to be with my boys. I want to be working on myself, personal development wise. Like, my time is better spent with my kids or my business. Then, laundry. Hello, guys. It's like never freaking ending. Pay somebody $10 an hour to do it. Like, I'm telling you, your entire life will change when you free up that time to do it. And outsourcing, you've got to start outsourcing. I was horrible at this. I'm a total control freak. I'm like, I can do it better. I don't want to do it. Anyone else to do it because I can do it better. That's stupid, okay? All right, how you start your day is how your day goes. I don't have a whole lot of time to spend on this, guys. If you don't have a morning routine, I'm going to give you 2 books right here that will change your entire life, okay? Especially the Miracle Morning, guys. It's the morning routine is savers. It's silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing or journaling. Okay? Like, I have had a morning routine for God knows how long. Like, I get up an hour before my kids do so that I have that hour to get all of those things done. I exercise after I drop them off, but everything else I do, before they even wake up. And it's magical, guys. You can get up an hour earlier, go to bed an hour earlier. Don't watch Game of Thrones and some Netflix binging, whatever. I don't even know what any shows are. Because you know what? Those 5 shows aren't going into any of those categories in my life. The 5 things that are the most important to me in my entire life, like, it's hard for me. Like, I sometimes I want to get sucked into a show just to not think about anything, but I can't because I just sit there and think, this is not bettering any of those top 5 things. Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's crank through. I'm going to get you these. We all got to raise our standards, you guys. When you raise your standards, I'm telling you, like, raise your standards and your income will also raise. All right? I posted this morning, human beings follow through on who they believe they are. You'll never outperform your self-image. So you have to work on that more than anything. Thoughts are things, guys. What you expect. I can tell when I'm talking to someone if they expect to be successful or if they don't. And that expectation is everything. Whatever follows I am, follows you. All right? I love this. Pressure is a privilege. I just like that quote, so I threw it in there. So we all need to elevate our leadership game. So I'm going to give you guys a challenge to wrap up today. A 30-day challenge to become a lean, mean recruiting machine. And there will be prizes involved. Okay? All right. So what I want you guys to do to become a lean, mean recruiting machine, because guys, how many of you would love, how many wish you had 10 more people here? How many wish you had 100 more people here? How many look around that room and you're like, damn, these people are all on someone's team? That's what I did when I was brand new. My first convention had 16,000 people in the MGM Grand in my first company. And I was up in the nosebleed section looking down. I was like, these people are all on someone's team and it ain't mine. You guys have the opportunity that when we go from this to 16,000, you look around the room and the majority of them are in your team. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. 30 presentations in the next 30 days. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if it's sending a video, but I need a yes or no. 30 presentations in 30 days. Okay? So, no, I didn't mean that. I meant I want you to get a yes or no. I want you to get a yes or a no from the people that you either ATM or you send a video to, or if you have a home event and you invite people over to your house. I don't care how you do it. Just 30 presentations. And I would write 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. This is another game that I play with myself when I do my talk to 10 people a day, make 10 grand a month. I would mark it off, 8 more to go, 7 more to go. Like, it's exciting, okay? So 30 presentations in 30 days. I want you guys to do 30 presentations in 30 days. Whether you ATM somebody and they see the 5 reasons why Modere, that's kind of the simplest. You can send it to them through the app, through the Life app. You can do it through ATMing, or you can send it to them through text. I don't care. I don't care if you invite 80 people over to your house and have them watch the 5 reasons why on video. Okay, so 30 presentations in 30 days. All right, think about it, guys. What if 10 people in your team did this? Look at how many that is. That's 300 presentations in the next 30 days. What if you have 20 people in your team that go out and do this? So get your team involved in this. Let's get a huge recruiting challenge going. I mean, guys, if you have 20 people in your team or 10 people in your team, that's 300 or 600 presentations. I promise you guys, some of those are going to land on fertile ground. Okay? And it'll probably be the most presentations that your team has gotten out to people in a month ever. Okay? Look at this. If, for those of you bigger leaders that I see in here that have 100 people in your team, what if you got them committed to this challenge to do 30 presentations in the next 30 days? When we get home on Monday, you can start tonight, I don't care. Okay? 30 presents in 30, that's 3,000 presentations that people have seen in your team. Guys, can you imagine what's going to happen? Okay, like this gets me so fired up. Oh my God, I'm not going to sleep for weeks. Okay. Guys, let's just say 2 out of 10. Oh, they keep the coffee from me. They're like, do not drink it. Okay. Let's say 2 out of 10 sign up. I mean, guys, do the math. If even 2 out of 10 sign up, those numbers are insane. Imagine how much your group's going to grow in the next 30 days. And I'm going to leave you guys with this. If you're willing to do only what's easy, life will always be hard. But if you're willing to do what's hard, life will be easy. I love you guys. Thank you guys for sticking around, and thank you for dealing with technical.